You're in a crowded corporate boardroom. Only problem is that you're the only woman around the table. What happens next? Kathy Cuocolo certainly knows a thing or two about that subject, and welcome to the Language of Business.
Thank you for inviting me here today. And as far as being the only woman in the corporate boardroom, I'm no stranger to that. What happens in the boardroom? Usually I go around and I introduce myself. I think that, interactions are, what they are, and you have met these people. I mean, interview process and vetting process goes on usually for months before selection. So at least it's not cold. But I would say that probably the gentlemen around the table are a little less comfortable having a chat with the woman in the room, but that's okay.
If you have good people around the table, why does gender diversity matter?
Many of the studies have shown that the best financial performing companies have diversity in their boardroom. And what does the analysis say? The analysis says that diversity of perspectives breeds a bit more creative thinking. When you see people who are very similar, they get into groupthink and don't want to step out of the lines. Sometimes I will ask a question and then see the silence and sort of say, "Ooh, was I not supposed to ask that?" So I think that what the studies say and what my experience has been is that it just brings a different dialogue.
For you personally, how many other women do you want around the table?
Oh my goodness, as many as are correct. I think it would be ideal if the world could be balanced. And I have heard, some women that are on boards have said, "Oh, I don't know if they put another woman on the board." But I think we're getting past that. Some of the boards that I've seen is that once there is a woman, usually with a certain amount of camaraderie and influence, there will be another and another.
What would the implications be of an all-female board?
Oh, well, that would be great. No. I think an all-female board, again, would probably not be the right answer because, again, it wouldn't be diverse. It would take away from the balance of ideas.
Do the customer demographics have any connection with gender diversity on a board?
Oh, I think they should. 10 to 15 years ago, it wasn't uncommon to find a board of a company that made baby shoes or made, women's handbags being all male. To me, it would be similar to having a sporting good company without having a sports figure on the board.
Do you think the government regulators should mandate the types of people on a board, including gender, color, race, and creed?
Oh, well, I think that would be going way too far for the government. I think the fact that while other countries have made gender quotas, we have not. I think even in our regulation around employment, the government has stated that they want equal opportunity, whether it be gender, race, or sexual orientation. They never make hard and fast guidelines. And I think that's best. That's truly more American, and it gives management the opportunity to select the best candidate by considering the full pool of applicants.
If you were starting a company today, what would be your ideal setup of the management team as well as the board in terms of gender diversity?
Well, I don't necessarily think of setting up my ideal team based on gender. I do and have always had a philosophy, if I'm in the position of starting a board, that there will be a woman on the board. Typically when I've had the opportunity to start mutual fund boards, we start with 3 or 4 people. And so, one woman is not a lot to ask. And I also start with what are the characteristics that we're looking for in the board members. And from that, if it happens to be that I'm looking for a legal expert or an accounting expert, I will consider both men and women and determine who's the best fit.
Kathy, thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
Kathy Cuocolo, Independent Board Director.